because I thought I'd look at the musical side of Romeo and Juliet. Yes. So you mentioned Tchaikovsky, and Tchaikovsky, of course, his love theme from the Fantasy Overture, and it was written as an overture, and he wrote in 1868 an overture called Fatum, and his teacher Balakirev told him, look, this is rubbish, forget it. And yet Tchaikovsky was teaching composition and orchestration in Moscow anyway, and he was 28 years old and down on himself, and Balakirev suggested that he looks at Romeo and Juliet as a subject, not for a ballet or an opera. Tchaikovsky was working on Undine at the time, which was an opera that he wanted to develop. And the Fantasy Overture went through 10 years of development. And the first performance was an utter disaster. The second performance, and Balakirev kept saying to him, look, work it further. Don't try and be someone else. Be yourself. Write what you want to write. And his the love scene, the theme from the overture has been used in myriad TV things, even in SpongeBob SquarePants. It turns up. And in various places that you wouldn't expect them to be. It was the first was a successful performance in 1880, was in Paris, and a lot of people still didn't understand what he was getting at, and the conductors themselves didn't understand, and composers like Saint-Saëns was standing up for Tchaikovsky and saying, no, listen with different ears. You've got to take you. Here is. I'm not going to play the whole thing because it's 20 minutes. Here's Gergiev with the London Symphony Orchestra. The thing that people didn't understand back there were the emotional changes and the color textures. And yet we look at it, and I know this is only a personal point of view, but when you listen to it, this is film music. This is the kind of thing that tells you a precise story, and the orchestration is phenomenal in the sense of
fantastic.
The effects, the textural effects, and the use of the cor anglais was not really known about until later on with Dvorak, with the New World Symphony Orchestra, but with the New World Symphony. But Tchaikovsky, here we can hear where the Pathétique Symphony is going to evolve from towards the end of his life, and The other aspect of Romeo and Juliet with Prokofiev, here's Prokofiev wrote in 1935, and the first full performance was in Brno, in today's Czechoslovakia, and he eventually wrote 3 ballet suites based on the ballet Romeo and Juliet. And Prokofiev, like many composers, was often reusing materials. And if you ever listen to the second piano concerto and the cello concerto and various little bits and pieces, certain elements of the music comes through. But here's a rather well-known bit of tune, and let's just see. Dance of the Nights. Yay! What I love about that is no, stop there, is the suggestion of where we're going. Yeah, and again, it's very filmic in the sense that it's loaded with sounds and textures that are telling you something is going to be happening. You've got this scene of the knights who are going to be involved in some nasty business later on, and here's Marin Alsop conducting the Death of Tybalt, and rather like Tchaikovsky, what Prokofiev is doing, it's the energy and the especially the use of the strings and the use of rhythmic interjections that keep us on our seats. Morricone heard a performance of this before he was writing the music of The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. And when it came to the scene where they're towards the end of the film, where they're all stood, the trio of people looking at each other, he remembered the effect of the trumpet at the end there of this particular scene. And I don't know if it might have gone round. I'm fascinated by all this. The 5 horns that was sat there with one player not doing anything. At that point, he's not doing anything. And 4 horns, great. And the 5th horn is always the bumper horn. And he's the guy that has to jump in should the first horn find that his lip is failing. And that guy's got to leap in at any particular moment. And it's fascinating to see all that. But look, you've got these orchestral effects of things, but 1957, Bernstein, and this absolutely brilliant recording and filming in one take with 3 cameras. And I find this absolutely staggering. The performances are just amazing. Here's Cool.
Boy, crazy boy. Get cool, boy. Got a rocket in your pocket. Keep coolly cool, boy. Don't get hot, 'cause man, you've got some high times ahead. Take it slow, and daddy-o, you can live it up and die in bed. Boy, boy, crazy boy. Stay loose, boy. Breeze it, buzz it, easy does it. Turn off the juice, boy. Go, man, go, but not like a yo-yo schoolboy. Just play it cool, boy. Real cool. Easy action. Cool it, Arab. Cool it, cool it. Go, go, go. Stay loose, boy. Use it, buzz it, Easy does it. Turn off the juice, boy. Just play it cool, boy. Real cool.
The energy in that is just astounding.
Marvelous.
Brilliant choreography.
Oh,
Absolutely wonderful.
Just
Ron-
fantastic.
and I mean, the amazing thing is that it was one take.
Gosh.
And it was just with the three camera working of that. And Bernstein, before he started writing this, was on his second symphony, and he'd already written one particular opera, and and he fell into this uncomfortable position within the music profession, where because he could write anything that he wanted to write, no one knew what box to put him in. So instead of putting him in a box, they just ignored him. And it was only his continuous conducting, creativity, just ignoring whatever anyone else said, and just did what he wanted to do. And he was taken on board a lot because of the sensationalism of the supposed lifestyle that he had. The lyrics, Bernstein apparently had already written a lot of the lyrics for this when they brought Sondheim in to take over the lyrics. And Sondheim at the time said, look, it was embarrassing because Bernstein's idea of what was fluent speech in the streets was not what Sondheim saw. And when Sondheim then took over, Bernstein realized that his lyrics would not work. So we can see that here. This again, very, very moving. Oh, shut up, play it.
Whatever you want, I'll do.
Hold me
Oh, forever.
tighter.
It'll be all right. I know it. We're really together now.
But it's not us. It's everything around us.
Then I'll take you away when nothing can get to us. Not anyone or anything.
A place for us, somewhere a place for us, peace and quiet and open air, wait for us somewhere.
There's a time for us, someday a time for us, time together with time to spare, time to look, time to care, someday.
Somewhere we'll find a new way of living.
We'll find a way of forgiving somewhere. There's a place for us, a time and place for us. Hold my hand and we're halfway there. Hold my hand and I'll take you there. Somehow, someday, somewhere.
It always makes me cry, that bit.
Oh, it's marvelous, marvelous.
And I mean, that's as far as I got in research on this, because I didn't have much time. Comments, folks. Ta-ta, whatever you. Yeah.
It was just really enjoyable listening to the music, wasn't it?
Oh, wonderful. Absolutely marvelous.
Putting those two things together, when you went from the movement of the Dance of the Knights that was were almost felt static, and the music, to me, that particular scene, and this again is just a personal view, it didn't carry off the effect of the music and the pulse of the music, and it made it too comfortable rather than what was going to be happening later. But
you see, I find that Dance of the Nights quite threatening, Bill. I think that the contained malice in it is just wonderful, and I think that fits the music.
It's got a sort of brooding quality about it, which I really like. It's kind of.
I mean, so they're also hard on stage.
It's also
and I love the
well.
Macmillan ballet. I think
Marvelous.
it's wonderful. I think it really
Going back to Marion Alsop conducting, I thought that was absolutely fantastic piece of filming, because she's so dynamic. You could almost feel it yourself being directed by her. You know,
yes.
Maybe that was the way it was filmed. I don't know, but there's something very kind of there's an obvious massive contact between her and the players in that piece of film. Anyway, you know, I thought that was
comparison. Whereas Alsop, it's absolutely clear with what she wants, and there are no superfluous movements. And you're right, and she is phenomenal. I mean, when I heard the Bournemouth Symphony doing Philip Glass's Seventh Symphony, and the way she carried everything, but going with Gergiev, his work is done in rehearsal, and as with Alsop and any of them, but there's all these, he never uses a baton, but interestingly, in certain modern opera he will use a baton, because it gives that fixed point of where the movement needs to be. But talking about that movement, right at the beginning of Cool, there's one moment where the vibes comes in going ba-do-da, and they just have a shoulder movement, and it's perfect. You don't need all the big stuff is coming up, but that one movement, it's a bit like in Oh What a Lovely War, when you've got the guys walking along behind the captains and they just lift their knees up all together. It's almost like a
in popular music, Romeo and Juliet has been referenced by the following people. I mentioned Petula Clark yesterday, but Taylor Swift, Elvis Costello, Bob Dylan, Dire Straits, Dolly Parton, Lou Reed, Robin Gibb, Bryan Adams, Thin Lizzy, Rick Astley, Sparks, and I've got Mary Moore down here, but I think it's many more. So there you go. It transcends everything, really, you know, kind of.
So anyway, have a good day and see you later, folks.
See you.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye.